Hey babes, what's up? So today we're focusing on stretching and recovery. So what you're gonna need is your foam roller, and you're also gonna need a hair tie. So what we're gonna do before we even get started is I need everybody's hair up in a bun. Not my best work, but we are here. We are doing the damn thing. Now let's go ahead and get down to business. So we're gonna start out with just our foam roller here. All right, guys, so we're down here, we're doing the thing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 frequently asked questions to go over, so I'm gonna kind of be touching on those as we go through this stretching video, okay? So to start out, I wanna just kind of move from top to bottom. We're gonna do a really quick roll on a few different parts of our body, and we're gonna start out with our neck, okay? So I talked about this before. Why I designed this specific way was right here. So this middle area with the 2 little bumps on the side, this is what we're gonna use for just a little bit of tension relief on our neck, okay? So let's get started. I'm gonna have you guys scoot on your back, and then you're gonna place this literally right behind your head, and you're gonna lay back. So what I don't want you to do is like slam your head back and down. So if you don't have a lot of core strength and it's hard for you to kind of move slowly on the way down, what I want you guys to do is just place this here right where you think your head's going to be. We're gonna lay back, and then we're just gonna adjust it a little bit, okay? Okay, so once we're down in this position here, that area with the little loop in the middle is where you're gonna put your neck. And then those 2 little bumps are just right on the outside of your neck. So it's kind of just a small tension release right there on the outside of your neck. You can slowly roll your neck forward and backwards. Think about bringing chin to chest, and then think about bringing your head all the way up and back. But remember, these are small movements, just a little bit of tension release on the neck here. Good, take some deep breaths through this. You might even find that sometimes that neck feels tight, that just laying here in this position, taking a little bit of weight off your head can really, really help with that pressure. Good, just holding here. Good. Now we're slowly going to move to those shoulders in 3, 2, and 1. Take a little break here. I'm going to read you guys one of my frequently asked questions, and then we're just going to go right into shoulders. So for the shoulders, her question was that she can't really get on the foam roller properly, okay? So kind of like, how do I even roll up onto it? Where is it supposed to go on my shoulders? What am I doing, okay? So I understand if this is your first time, second time, third time using a foam roller, it can almost feel a little bit awkward. You're not alone, I totally understand. So we're pretty much gonna do the same thing that we just did, except a little bit lower, okay? So right here is where my foam roller was good for my neck. So I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit towards me, so it's good for my shoulders, okay? So from right here, we're just gonna slowly go on back. Again, if you don't have a lot of core strength, I don't want you to just flop back on the foam roller. Just be smart about it. Use your hands, use your elbows, and walk yourself on back, okay? So right here, this is right where my shoulders are. I'm feeling like I'd like this a little bit lower, so again, just readjust, bringing it down. Use those elbows, find your way back, and then shoulders are resting right on top. So when you know you're at a good spot, is that foam roller is going to be right about where your shoulder blades are. So mid to lower shoulder blades. So right here, I'm on. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll, okay? So arms have 2 options. Arms are either going to go across our chest, and we're going to be able to roll like this, rolling our shoulders. So you notice, check out the hair, the bun. This is why. Because when we roll down here, and then we go to roll back up, there's been several times where I've rolled over my hair. See, thinking ahead for you guys. Okay, so your second option with those hands on the ground, remember, slowly coming back here. You can always put your elbows right here on the ground, and you're always gonna have to kind of move left, right, up and down, get a feel for it. And then you're just gonna use your hands to kind of help you guide across the floor, slowly rolling up and rolling back down. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your neck from holding your head up, you can always rest your hands right below your head and kind of, I never want you guys to be pulling up, but just as a little head support, as we're rolling that upper back here, that's no problem at all. See, I've lifted my booty up off the floor, I'm keeping my core tight, and I'm using my legs here to help roll up and down. So let's roll here for a little bit. Remember, arms across our chest if we can. It opens up that back just a little bit more. And once you find those tender spots, I want you to hold. So right here, I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna put a little extra support on my head as I'm holding this tender spot. Really working out that upper back, keeping my core nice and tight. Rolling down mid-back now. Find those tight spots, babes. Once you find it, you're holding there. Yours might be a little different than mine. This helps release that tension in the muscles, break up that scar tissue. Good. Find another spot. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. I'm going to go closer up towards my shoulders here. There's another tender spot. I'm going to give my head a little assistance as I roll over that area. Core is still nice and tight. Good, and bring it down. Sitting up nice and slowly. Kind of give yourself a nice big stretch and then a nice big hug. Really round out that upper back. Again, give yourself that nice big stretch. And then nice big hug, really rounding out that back. Good. Arms down, upper back already feeling a little bit looser. Give me a few neck rolls both directions. Take these nice and slow. This is where I can really feel that tightness in my neck. When we do the full shoulder rolls, where we go all the way around town. Ignore that. That's my oh shit, get up alarm. If you don't have one of those, what are you doing? Keep going, guys, and back to center. All right, remember, shoulders back and down. We want to keep a nice posture here. Let's keep moving on. All right, so booty, what is next? We're doing lower back and booty. Okay, so just a reminder, if you do have your foam roller, everybody who got a foam roller also got an ebook. So there's a ton of good examples in there, but I know it kind of helps to see like the live of what's going on. So for booty, we're literally just gonna sit on this. That's as easy as it's gonna be. This is the easiest one to do in my opinion. I digress. This is the easiest one technique-wise, but oftentimes we find that we have the most tension in our glutes because we work them a lot and they're nice big muscles, okay? So literally, you're just gonna sit on them. I'm gonna come down a little bit so I'm more center here in the frame. Okay, so once we're here, we're just gonna focus on one side of our glute and then we're gonna focus on the other side of our glute together, okay? So once you're here and your booty's on it, you're sitting on it correctly. From here, you're just gonna lean back, plant one hand on the ground, and then whichever glute you're working, so let's go ahead and start out with our right since we're doing it all together. Start out with your right, and then you're gonna cross your opposite leg over the top. So my left leg is gonna come over the top of my right leg, and I'm gonna turn so that I'm really focusing on this glute here. Because if I'm here, I'm rolling over my tailbone, the center part of my glutes, but really to focus on that full glute, I need to turn to the side. So basically think about focusing on one butt cheek at a time, essentially, okay? So from here, you're turning, and you're just rolling slowly down, using your leg to help you, using your arm to help you, rolling slowly all the way down that glute. To me, that's a tense spot, so that's where I'm gonna hold. Once you find those tense spots, holding 5 to 10 seconds here. Woo, that's a good one. If you need a little bit more assistance, you can always bring your other arm back. You really just wanna make sure you're focusing on that one glute, that one side. Good, so roll, 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 find your spot. As you roll up, and if you feel some more tension towards more your lower back, that's probably your sciatic. It's a really common area. We feel some tension here. Turn even a little bit more over to the right. Remember to always have good form. We never want to be slumping over. We never want to be rolling our shoulders in. Remember, shoulders back and down, really focusing on a nice straight spine the best we can. Good, hold, this is where I'm holding. Really rolling out those glutes, guys. This is not only good for your muscles, but this is also good for visually. This helps break up all of those muscle adhesions, helps reduce the appearance of cellulite. And time, let's switch sides. Same thing, opposite side. So I'm actually turning away from you guys this time, and my opposite leg is coming over the top, okay? Same thing here, take it nice and slow, rolling up and down those muscles. Use this other hand behind you if you need it. Just make sure you're staying over to the side, really focusing on that left side right now. Good, holding for me. Find your spots. Break up that muscle adhesion. I know you might be like, Laurel, this is a little uncomfortable. Laurel knows that. We do this because we care for our muscles. Nice, guys. Great job pushing through these stretches. We're almost done. Good. And bring that leg back down. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down and we're gonna focus on our hamstrings, okay? So the back of our legs. This is gonna be the final stretch for today's stretching video. Okay, so you know what? Just because I can, because I make the rules here, I'm gonna actually do calves and hamstrings because it's kind of the same thing. We're gonna run through them both really quick. I just want everybody to be able to see these again. Okay, so hamstrings, 2 options. Calves, 2 options. You can either roll them both at the same time or you can roll them one at a time. What's the difference? When you roll them at the same time, you're not gonna have as much pressure on the muscles because you're evenly distributed between both legs, as opposed to putting all of your weight on one side. It's gonna hit those muscles a little bit harder, okay? So it's kind of based on what you're looking for, but we're gonna start out less advanced, doing both at the same time. Okay, so just like we did for our shoulders, our neck, we wanna find that initial placement. So for me, I like to start out with that right at my ankles so I can roll all the way up, okay? So basically what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna start at the bottom of my calves and I'm gonna go to the top of my calves. We're not ever going to roll over a joint space. So that's my knees, my ankles, my elbows. Never gonna roll over that. We can start right there, right at the top, but we never wanna roll over that. So we never go straight from our calves to our hammies. We're gonna do our calves and then we're gonna do our hammies because I get to make the rules here. Okay, so you wanna put both legs on the bumpy sides of the roller, so not in the middle, right where that smooth side is, bumpy sides. And we're gonna actually lift ourselves up here, okay? So we're gonna lift ourselves up and we're just gonna walk our hands forward. Right here, I'm getting a lot of pressure on my calves. I'm getting a lot of pressure on those calf muscles, really rolling those out. I'm still walking myself forward, keeping a nice tight core. So you may be watching this and you're like, beautiful, Laurel, I can't walk myself forward on my hands. That's fine, I totally understand. So this is your option. If you need to go single-sided and you need a little bit more help, this is what you're gonna do. So let's say we're doing our right side. We're gonna take that left side and put it right next to us, okay? So we're just gonna use our hands and our leg to help roll out. And see, I can get the same movement, I can get the same all the way up and all the way down here, but this foot right here is taking a lot of pressure off my upper body. Okay, so that's your option here. If you need some more tension on one side, remember I said we could do double or single. Let's say that you can hold yourself up and you need more tension on that one side, you're just gonna cross that leg over and we're just gonna roll. Now I've put double the tension because all of my body weight is right on that calf. I can always sit down, reset my hands if I need to. Rolling, rolling, rolling here, really rolling all around that calf. So, your choice. Now we're gonna just go into rolling our calves together. Start where you want to. I'm starting double here. I'll probably go to single. Let's do it together. So for me, feeling most of my tension right there in the bottom of those calf muscles, where they get a lot of work, running, walking, demonstrating, the whole deal. Always know you can come down and reset. Remember, we don't roll over those joint spaces. You can see me stopping right before my knee. I'm feeling like I want a little bit more tension here on my left side, so I'm gonna double her up. Remember guys, when we're doing these together, this is, woo, that's a good one. We're talking about what is feeling sensitive for you. You're not stopping at the same spots as I am. You're holding in different spots. You might be rolling a little bit more, not holding as much if you don't have as much tension. See, I'm even going to go back to single side for my little calves here. Woo! All right, guys, we are moving on up from those calves. Roll those calves out a little bit. Let's talk hammies. The same thing is going to go for our hammies here. So we're not starting on our knees. We're just going to start right above our knees. And I'm going to start double, the same way I started double with the calves. Okay, so from here, you want both of your thighs right on the bumpy parts, so they're not right together in the center. Same deal. We're going to lift ourselves up here, keep those legs nice and straight. This one feels good. I always love a good hammy rollout. And we're going to roll on up. If you need some help, this is going to be a little bit easier holding yourself up because this is closer to you, so you don't have as much weight to hold up. You're just going to take one leg, put it on the outside of that roller. Same deal, just like we did the other side on the inside of the roller. That's what we're going to do here. All right, rolling it out. Let's focus on those hamstrings. I really like to do single-sided hamstrings. So for your hamstrings, you are rolling all the way up to the booty. All the way up. Your hamstring attachment, literally all the way up to your booty. Get that good roll at the bottom of your booty. Work all that out. Even turning over to the side a little bit here. Good. See, I'm using my other leg for assistance here. I like to focus on a deep stretch where I'm really, really feeling it rather than just focus on trying to do the most advanced stretch on the planet. I'm just really focusing on how I feel right now, so should you. Good. We're going to switch sides here shortly. Make sure you're rolling that whole hammy all the way up and all the way down to your knee. Your body thanks you. Good, let's switch sides. Other leg, I'm doing the same thing here, using a little bit of extra assistance. You can also go both at the same time, babes, both at the same time if you want. Like I said, I like to really focus on single-sided here. Once you find that tender spot, just hold, really feel that stretch, feel your body releasing that tension. And rolling it back down. Remember, take your time here, guys. Don't rush through this. Good, and bring it down. Nice. Let me make sure I've covered all of my questions here. I believe I did. Yes, I did. So basically the last question, which we kind of just answered with the whole thing we just did, was are these good for lower body recovery exercises? It's good for stretching out your lower legs. This babe is dealing with a lot of fatigue in her lower legs. Yes, this is going to be a game changer. I know when you're doing it, you're like, but this is kind of uncomfortable. I know, but this is definitely going to help roll out those muscles, push that lactic acid around and out, okay? We just don't want to have our muscles, we don't want to work out and have our muscles basically tight all the time, because if you're working out and then you don't stretch, you don't do any recovery afterward, muscles are tight, we really want to create some elasticity, we want to create some flexibility within those muscles to help with that fatigue and to prevent injury. Very, very important. Okay, so this was a quick full body how-to foam roll. Let's move on to a little bit of stretching. Not too much stretching today, but I really wanted to focus on a little bit of lower body and just a tiny bit of that upper body stretching from the seated position. So you're gonna need your resistance band or a towel. Let's go get it. All right, so I'm using my resistance band. If you have a towel, you can use a towel. They're gonna work basically the same for you during this exercise. Okay, so when you're thinking about when should I foam roll, you should foam roll after your workout, but before you stretch. So right after you work those muscles at the end of your workout, you want to be foam rolling. And then at the end of that foam rolling, ideally, you want to do some stretching, okay? So let's just do a little bit of lower body stretching, and then we're going to do a little bit of upper body stretching, and we're going to call it a day. Okay, so to start out, that lower body, both legs out at one time, sitting up nice and straight. You're going to loop your band or your towel.
right around the top part of your foot. So you want to make sure it's around enough of your foot that when you pull back, you're not going to snap it towards your face, okay? So bringing those toes towards you, you can notice I'm pulling my elbows back and down, shoulders back and down, and I'm bringing my toes towards me. I'm really feeling this in my calves right now. Remember, we just rolled those out, so definitely feeling this in my calves. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, what we're gonna do is release that, and we're gonna point your toes, pointing them as much as you can. You're gonna feel some tightness in the top of your ankles. Push, 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 press forward. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, we're pulling our toes towards us. Holding here. Why are we doing this? This is helping with our ankle flexibility. This is helping with our calf flexibility. All good things here. All of these things help us with our squats and our daily exercises. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. All right, pointing those toes one last time. Holding here. Holding, holding, holding. Sitting up nice and straight. Make sure we're not hunched over. Sitting up as straight as we can. In 3, 2, and 1. All right. Give me a couple ankle rolls. Just kind of working those babies out. We're going to drop down, lying on our back. Whew, all right, good night. Okay, so here, we're going to focus on our hamstrings. One at a time here. You're going to take your band. Same thing that you just did. We're looping it around. And we're keeping our leg nice and straight. Same position with our elbows. Elbows back and down. So from this position, I'm able to pull my toe down towards me, stretching my calf, stretching my hamstring. I'm feeling a nice deep stretch here. If you can pull even farther, elbows to the ground, pulling up more for a deeper stretch. This is where I'm feeling a lot of that stretch here, guys. You're gonna feel even a deeper stretch. Put that other leg down. Think about bringing your calf to the floor or as close as you can here. Getting a nice stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Wow, switch sides. Fun fact, hamstrings are the tightest part of my body. All right. All right, babe, same thing here. This is even a tighter side for me. Keeping that foot straight, leg straight, fully extended. Pull that toe down towards you. Wow, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in my left hamstring. This right here shows me I can do this more. I need to do this more because I need to be able to pull this leg up a bit more. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that down. Okay, so to finish up, we are going to do a quick overhead stretch. So what I want you guys to do is just go ahead and pop up. We're going to sit on our knees, or you can sit crisscross applesauce Indian style, whatever you call it. I like to sit on my knees. So we're going to be here. I'm showing you from the side so you can see proper form. Whew. Okay, so arms going out about as wide as that band. We're going to be sitting up nice and straight, so I don't want to see any booties pushed out. I don't want to see any shoulders rolled over. Just sitting up nice and straight. We're going to take it all the way around town and all the way back behind us. Going back and forth here. Just a few times. Stretching out those shoulders, stretching out that back, stretching out those traps, neck, chest muscles, the whole deal. This is one of my favorite at the end of a workout stretches and time. Bring it down. Okay, final stretch. Really pulling that elbow across, arm across our body. Think about pulling this to the side and down. We're not pulling this way up here towards our throat. Pulling this to the side and down, really feeling the stretch along the side of our body. Again, good posture here, no booty sticking out. And switch sides, arms all the way down before bringing that final arm across our body. Again, you can see here, pulling that arm to the side and down, getting a good stretch in our shoulder. Neck is straight, neck's not hanging. Again, focus on that good posture here, babes, good posture. And bring that arm down. All right, nice job today, babes. All you needed was your foam roller, one towel or a band, and you're ready to go for a great day of recovery. Remember, this is done at the end of your workout before your stretch. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you love this stretch and recovery video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.